Welcome to our final testing session. Before we start, guys, just confirm that you can hear me. You can use the chat box inside of our app. Let me just minimize a few things so I can see everything, and we are ready to start. Definitely like the last time, guys, we are just going to go over a basic just to see what do you guys think. Do you think that we need to change something or not? That's really all, and we are starting a full force from Monday. Like 3 sessions per week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Definitely Monday, Wednesday sessions will usually be that key sessions to focus on, just because on Friday sessions, definitely we can still make some prediction, make some plans, but overall I'm expecting that Fridays are usually going to be for us to talk about what market done and what we need to know for the week ahead. Also, guys, want to let you know that I'll be dropping a free report, guys, over the email on Sunday. I want to get back to routine to write a daily and weekly report, so we are going to start that from Sunday. If you take a look at the dollar index, definitely we didn't see a much changes there, like really definitely changes didn't happen. Market is still moving higher. It's still a question if the sea leg is over or not. In my opinion, I'm still going with that idea that we shouldn't be focused so much on selling and more be focused on trying to be a buyer. It's just because till the end of the year, I really don't expect much more dollar weakness. Of course, that can change instantly in a second if something happen. But overall, if we take a look the larger structure on a daily time frame, sorry guys, just a moment. Like if we check a daily structure, definitely that A, B, and C should be over. Like if they are not over yet, it's going to be done in 15-20 days. So it's better for us to start preparing and start planning for what's coming compared to trying to chase that final move. Of course, short term, if you take a look, definitely we can see market try to make some pullbacks, but nothing special. So maybe next week, short term, we can be focused on some sell plays here, but in general, I'm rather looking to focus and planning around that going long compared to a short. Of course, day trading, swing trading, two different things, but swing traders should only focus on trying to get into long positions, while day traders can chase that bearish move. Euro, same story. Really, it's sorry guys, like it's the same story. If we start looking that move that happened from 2025, we can see that we already have a 5 flag still here. So either we go with the idea of this being the end of wave 4 and counting some ugly looking ending diagonal in the wave 5, or we calling this the wave 4 as a running flat, and then a wave 5. Whichever happen, again, story is the same. We should be preparing for looking for a sell opportunities. Definitely, I want to see that break below 114.44 before we start looking for a potential sells. But till then, maybe a day trading can go long. But if you are trying to day trade this, you need to see at least a break above that trend line. Let me change the color so you can see better your color quickly. So only a break and hold above there can move us higher, but like I said, definitely equalex come at 190.13, but ideal target last high is all that you need, especially if you are day trading. Till then, you should just sit aside. If you look the pound dollar, for me the pound look more or less complete, like a complete five flags. It's cleaner a little bit compared to, let's say, dollar index and the euro USD, and that's why I'm marking that five leg move from the start of this year as a complete move and expecting a push lower. Of course, it doesn't mean that market is going to crash tomorrow. Keep in mind, we are in summer trading period. And what it means for us is that we can't expect something crazy to happen. But we want to prepare ourselves. Here for the pound dollar, even a short term or a long term, I want to be a seller. I'm going with that idea that the wave 5 is over, so whichever trade I take, I need to take into account that this high at 137.80 is going to be the level against I need to trade. I'm not going to say that market can't make a new high. That's always a possible scenario, but definitely this look more cleaner. Of course, the move from the top still doesn't look as a complete five leg move, but definitely have a more motive structure compared to, let's say, euro and the dollar index. That's why looking for short opportunities here is not that bad idea. We start looking for potential support areas. Definitely first can be found here 133.29. From there down here, definitely 131.44. Let's mark that on the chart. So definitely that's the area that I want to target the pound for now. Like long term, definitely if you look the higher time frame, we can go and look much lower. But that's too far ahead of us, and I really don't care about what's going to happen in 6 months, because we are here to try to prepare a plan for us to try to take advantage this week or day, for example, not what's going to happen in 2 months, 3 months. Like for a day trade, only looking for potential short opportunities, so short setups are fine. You can play tight as much as you want, if you ask me. Definitely short-term invalidation can be this peak over here, so 135.85. That's definitely something to be aware of. But even if market don't do what we want and market go for this right away, I still believe that it's going to be a good selling opportunity. So just looking for short opportunities in the pound dollar for the next, let's say, week, 2 weeks, we'll see. But for now, definitely the pound is going to be on my radar. Also, having the pound as already completed wave 5, while in, let's say, euro USD and the dollar index, we are still keeping that part open, allows us room to create some better hedging opportunities for us, and that's why I like this approach better. Aussie, still not my favorite one. We didn't move much from the last time when we spoke. We really didn't move much. I'm still saying, guys, that we are stuck in this range. Market made a new higher high, but at the end of the day, we failed. Like, we failed lower. So, right away, we can't expect this to go much. Definitely, I want to see a move higher, like for discount to be valid. But if we take into account that pound dollar and euro dollar are moving lower and that there is a good chance that they will move lower soon, definitely the idea of this still being incomplete wave 2 is much better. In any case, in terms of trading, definitely the lower this go is going to provide a better trading opportunity for us to be buyers. Of course, if you go with the idea that discount is correct and that we are in some sort of wave 3 right now and that we should see a move higher. Confirmation for the Aussie for the market to tell us, okay, we are bull ready would definitely be a clear break above the previous highs, and we want to see a price holding above that. Like one more drop is definitely not going to validate this idea. If we go on a smaller time frame, definitely this idea more support that bullish view. So short term as a day trader, you could try some small risk plays against this low. Of course, if you get a decent pullback and decent correction, so decent correction for me only mean a three leg move or a real structure. So only if you have a decent validation from the other things. Other like a long term, I wouldn't touch this just because we know that if we buy right now and I want to make sure that I'm doing the right job, I need to trade against 59.02. Definitely not my ideal risk reward. That's why only a day trades can be seen here. Everything else is, if you ask me, just a waste of your time. Like this pair for a long period is sideways. I'm not a big fan of that. You can day trade, but swing trade, I can't work with that part. Dollar CAD, nothing new, nothing major has changed. Really, if we take a look at the count, we're still tracking this move from June 17 as a potential fourth like correction. You have A, B, and market is slowly but steadily pushing towards the new highs. The only thing I want you to have in mind is that there is a chance that this wave 4 turn to some sort of a triangle formation and we see a little bit more something like this before market move down. In terms of trading, I don't see it as a good buying opportunity right now just because we're late in the C and this can be a triangle or just a new high and then drop. So I would rather just put some sort of alert above this high, and once market reach that level, I want to start preparing for a potential bearish upper setups. That's the easiest way how I can explain that to you. And we can use either this or this area as a potential resistance. Definitely the first one, that 138.61, is definitely something I would rather see compared to this one. But in general, like short term, I wouldn't touch it now. Maybe some crazy scalps, but no, even that doesn't really worth a time. Like we have the Aussie, if you want to day trade, that's fine. Dollar CAD, I would just leave it for the market to give us that new high or to tell us, okay, this is a triangle, and then we can trade that triangle, break it towards the downside and towards the new lows. But right now, it's just a waiting part. Let's see it. Dollar yen. Dollar yen. Last time we have tracked this pair as a potential triangle. The triangle didn't hold, and we continued to move higher. And of course, that was one of our options and scenarios that we said that could happen. So right now we are tracking this as a potential ugly correction. For me, this is more a complex correction. That's why I don't like to label this, just because people get too confused when we are talking about, let's say, a double and triple threes. But this is ugly, it's choppy. Definitely the easiest way to approach this right now is to just focus that higher level first. So a short-term bias is definitely more bullish, and how everything looks, definitely I think we are going to head towards this previous high, fake everyone, and move lower. So short term, definitely some buys if present can be a good deal, but only as a day trades. For a swing trades, waiting for that equal X between this move and this move should definitely be the best option for you guys. In general, like market is okay, not perfect, just because summertime, a little bit slower market movements across during, let's say, entire week, but still there is something to be focused on. For example, gold, we still didn't change a view at all. We are still tracking this move as a potential triangle. I'm still counting this as incomplete triangle. We said the last time that this should be a good trading opportunity for this year. The part that I want you to focus right now is to see what's going to happen, let's say, during the next week. Just because there is a chance that market is just going for this ugly small looking triangle and then we see a breakout and move higher. Definitely. Ideal Ideally, we want to see a drop down first before we see a breakout, but everything can happen, especially with the gold. So I want you to pay attention. You can use this 339.7 as your potential short-term confirmation that we are going with that alternate view. That's, in my opinion, the easiest option. But I love it. Like, I hate the idea that I need to wait for this to happen, but in general, I still love this trading opportunity and I believe that gold will be the best setup for this year. Like silver, we said the last time, silver similar to the gold, but silver completed that triangle and moved towards the new highs. Like I wanted 39, that's what we got. Right now, the only question we need to see is if this is a complete 5 leg move and that we are finally going to see some pullback, or that we are still in the wave 5. So this is just one of 5, then go 2, 3, 4, 5, and go for 41, 40, and 41 levels. Definitely these two levels, these two, let's say, plays, are going to be something that we want to track during the next week. The best way to approach this is to look at what market is going to do from now on. Like all I care is what market is going to do from here. Like we have 1, we have 2. And I want to see that third move. Like if you see a push higher, like if you see a new higher high, I'm just saying to myself, okay, I know that wave 5 is probably not over and that we can expect to see something like this before market move down. And if I see only a 3 leg move, I'm going to say, okay, still possible. While let's say this triangle 36, let's say this exact level, like 36, 38, or better to say 36, 40 holds, you can't rule out both options. Only a break below this would give you a better confirmation that the C leg is over and that we are at least going for a correction of this entire move. So definitely I like it. In terms of trading, you need to wait to see if this is going to crack here or here. I would prefer to see it drop down, but okay, I can't, let's say, always be right, and I don't want always to be right. But at least right now, for me, a better trading opportunity is going to be gold. Like last time I said, a better trading opportunity is going to be silver. Compared to now, when I'm saying better trading opportunity is going to be gold, just because we are still consolidating. That final push still didn't happen. Compared to the silver, where we seen that move. So maybe it's going to move higher, maybe it won't. And I don't want to be in that game of trying to guess. I want to know and have some sort of a confirmation. So only if we see a crack of the new highs, I will be sure and say, okay, wave 5 is still not complete, and I can start chasing that 3 and 5 of the wave 5 smaller compared to the idea of just buying or selling at this moment compared to gold where we have incomplete triangle. Definitely, you know that I love triangle formations. Suggest what triangle usually suggests that market don't have a clear view where we are going to go, and that we need a news catalyst or something to move us up and give us a direction. Most often, the move that we are going to see after a triangle is going to be the same move that we seen before that triangle. So if the previous move was bullish, the most likely scenario is to see another bullish move. Of course, don't need always to be right, but most often that's the case. And with that in mind, I'm always going to say right now that gold is a better option. So we have a decent opportunities for the next week. Definitely we are going to work a better plan and a full plan for the next week on Monday session. But for now I wanted to see what do you think about the session so far. Let me know guys if you have any question right now. You can write it down in the comment section. And if not, we can end this test session and I'll see you all on Monday. Okay, guys, thanks for your time. I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed the session. Enjoy the weekend